earthquake, Riley?
What's an earthquake?
I'm glad you asked, Riley. Earthquakes are caused by Earth's geology. The Earth is made of 4 layers: inner core, outer core, mantle, and crusts. Earth's crust is made up of tectonic plates that interlock like pieces of a puzzle. The edges of the tectonic plates are called plate boundaries, which can become faults where the plates move against each other. There are 3 types of faults: strike slip, normal, and reverse, and each of these describe a different way that the plates move. The plates are constantly moving at a very slow rate, and earthquakes are caused when the plates slip on a fault. The magnitude and size of an earthquake is determined by the recorded seismic wave. The amplitude of the wave and the distance of the seismograph from the earthquake determine the magnitude of the event, which represents the energy released by the earthquake. A higher magnitude earthquake will be more destructive in the area in which it occurred. On Friday, September 8, 2017, a magnitude 8.2 earthquake tore through central Mexico. Central Mexico has frequent earthquakes because it sits close to a few boundary lines where the Earth's tectonic plates meet. An earthquake of a magnitude less than 4 is not a remarkable event in Mexico because it happens so often. The epicenter of the earthquake on September 8th was located off the coast of Chiapas, Mexico, and was about 450 miles southeast of Mexico City. Aftershocks continued to roll through the country for the rest of the day, with at least 6 tremors measuring above a magnitude 5.0. On Tuesday, September 19th, another magnitude 7.1 earthquake occurred in Mexico, with the epicenter just outside of Mexico City. The consecutive aftershocks caused even more damage because the infrastructure in the city was already severely weakened. As of October 2nd, it was estimated that 370 people died as a result of the earthquakes. It was estimated that approximately 20 to 30% of the affected structures were destroyed. In 1985, Mexico City was hit by an earthquake of even higher magnitude and far greater destructive power. This earthquake killed 10,000 people and destroyed thousands of buildings. The devastation of this event spurred an internal review of building construction codes, as these codes are now some of the most strict in the world. Mexico City is located near the Ring of Fire, which is a series of fault lines around the edges of the Pacific Ocean. The proximity to these fault lines increases the potential for earthquakes and tsunamis. These fault lines can occasionally rupture and cause more earthquake damage, and a recent rupture has increased the frequency of earthquakes in this area. In addition to its location, the characteristics of the soil the city is built on contribute to its earthquake vulnerability. Mexico City was built 700 years ago on a dry lake bed ringed by plateaus and mountains. The soil underneath the city is soft and can amplify the tremors of an earthquake. These amplified tremors and the wet soil combine into a phenomenon called liquefaction, where loosely packed, coarse-grained soil is fully saturated and subject to strong shaking like an earthquake. Earthquake waves cause water pressure to increase in the voids, so the sediment loses strength, causing the soil to behave like a liquid and lose the ability to support structures. The ground can settle during liquefaction in an uneven pattern that damages buildings, roads, and pipelines. One way that civil engineers prevent earthquake damage is with additions that balance the lateral forces caused by earthquakes. Earthquake-resistant infrastructure has existed for thousands of years in areas with frequent earthquakes. In places like Mexico, shear walls and shock absorbers prove good responders against mild earthquakes. For tall, tiered structures, a shinbashira may be appropriate.
The shinbashira is the powerhouse of earthquake management. Quote, W.B. Bernard Carlson.
As earthquakes and other natural disasters continue to impact communities around the world, civil engineers must develop more sustainable and resistive designs and building methods.